Hi guys, Malha here, and welcome back to another video. If you can't tell by the title, I actually don't mind Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker. This is gonna have spoilers, so stop watching if you haven't seen it, and come back when you have. Now, I've seen many people who say they hate the movie. I've also seen some others who like the movie, and personally I think it's okay. It's not even close to The Empire Strikes Back, no surprise there, but it's not as bad as Attack of the Clones, or any of the prequel trilogy. Straight into the good stuff, this time I liked the revelation of Rey being Palpatine's granddaughter. It was kind of obvious when she shot some lightning out of her hands, but it was done well. Kylo Ren, or Ben Solo if you want, had a good story arc. I was invested in it, and it was enjoyable to watch him progress throughout the movie. I also liked when Palpatine stole both Rey and Ben's life force because it emphasised the power of their bond, which was also represented by them, by the frequent scenes of them force timing. That's what I would call it when they were talking to each other when they weren't together. If you're brain dead and don't understand, it's like FaceTiming but using the force. I shouldn't really need to explain that much. Also, I enjoyed the voice cameos of the other Jedi from the previous movies. Finally, I'm going to just tell you about my personal favourite scene, and you can say this makes me kind of a bad person, but I don't care. So, Kylo Ren and Rey are dueling on the remains of the Death Star, and Finn tries to help her, but Rey fully just launches him back to his ex-Stormtrooper friend and into the friend zone, which has led me to the conclusion that whenever someone mentions Finn, I will only refer to him as Friend Zone Finn. Now the bad stuff, and there's quite a bit to be honest. Straight away from the start, the pacing was off. Everything was happening too fast, but after meeting Leia, it got all way too slow. Luckily, the pace balanced itself off for the climax. Now, the actual story wasn't the best. The plot in its entirety was Rey, Poe, and Friendzone Finn going on a treasure hunt to find a map, so they could find another map, so they could find a planet called Executor. No. Icicle. No. Exegol, the planet of the Sith. Meanwhile, you had Kylo Ren doing an Assassin's Creed trading mission on Rey. Basically, what I'm trying to say was that it was repetitive and boring, for the most part. Then there was a missed opportunity of symbolism. Ren's new mask had cracks in it, which was a good metaphor to show the cracks in his morality, but Rey literally had a line while they were force timing calling it out. She said something along the lines of, "I can see through the cracks in your mask," which was some lost potential right there. And that flows straight into my next point on Kylo Ren. Adam Driver cannot deliver dialogue in this movie. He has an uncertain tone that doesn't go away, even when he changes back to Ben Solo and is redeemed. If it went away after he changed, then that would have been a good effect, but it wasn't good enough for this. And I understand the depth of Kylo Ren's character and his backstory and what he's been through. However, the fact that he can't get over his uncertain tone of speech really doesn't do well for the character. Now, I'm not calling him a bad actor. Watch Black K Klansman. He's great in that. It's just the whole take on Kylo Ren wasn't the best. Later, we meet Poe's lady friend on the planet of Kijimi, and it's implied that she dies after Kijimi's blown up. But then for some reason, she survives and we're not told how. It just seems like some lazy script writing to me, and with another 2 minutes of exposition, it could have easily been explained. Finally, I'm going to tell you the main thing that grinded my gears in this movie, and it was Rey. Well, more specifically, that Rey lives. After she defeats Palpatine, she dies, basically telling the audience that there's no hope. But then Ben Solo comes out the ditch he was yeeted into and crawls towards her. Now, this is where I got my hopes up. First, I'll tell you what actually happened. He gives her a revive using as a life force, pulls her, and then dies in her arms. She then goes on to bury Luke and Leia's lightsabers on Luke's home planet, and then is confronted by some wandering space gypsy. She asks Rey what her name is, and after a prolonged pause, she answers with Rey Skywalker. You don't understand how much I hate this ending. What should have happened was back on Exegol when Rey was dead, Ben should have attempted to revive her, but was too weak due to not having enough power left, and then let her die. This would have made him stronger as a character. He then should have gone to the remainder of the rebels, apologised for his actions, and took steps to become what his parents would have wanted him to be. There should have been a scene, perhaps a funeral for Rey, and at the end, someone should have addressed him as a Skywalker. And then the movie would have ended there. It would have made more sense thematically, since he would have been the only character left at the end, holding the Skywalker bloodline, and then that would have supported the title Rise of Skywalker. So yeah, 6 out of 10. It was okay, but had some drawbacks. Okay, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, go like and subscribe, and if you want, comment something. Cheers.